I used to think saying I love you was a simple thing, a sentence with no weight unless you gave it some. But then I watched Tsukida. Let it breathe next to me. Let it ache slow, quietly, patiently, like someone sitting across from you, asking nothing but still saying everything. I kept thinking about that boy with his unfinished song, and that girl who waited 17 years to hear it. About the way silence speaks when you don't know what else to say. The film didn't give me a climax, didn't shout its feelings, but it made me feel the time it takes for a heart to unfold, the kind of time we don't measure in minutes or years, but in regrets, missed trains, unfinished melodies. It's a strange thing to realize you've loved someone for so long, and the only thing that ever stood between you and those 3 words was the breath you never took to say them. Tsukida made me wonder if maybe we spend half our lives rehearsing something that should have been said the first time we felt it. Or maybe we need the time. Maybe it takes 17 years, maybe more. I kept wondering why he kept playing that same little melody, just 4 or 5 notes, maybe 6. It wasn't even a song yet. It was a start. The kind of start you make when you're too afraid to say what you feel. So you hum it into your fingers and hope someone hears. Sitting by that floodgate with his guitar like the world wasn't going to end if he never finished the tune. And then there was you, showing up with her quiet, carrying her own kind of stillness. The thing is, most movies rush past silence. They think silence is something to cover. Tsukida lets it breathe. It lets you sit in it until it starts to feel like its own kind of sound. That's what I kept hearing in those scenes by the water. Silence that wasn't empty, but waiting to be understood. I've been there, sitting next to someone, not knowing what to say, not knowing if saying anything would even help. Sometimes the most honest thing you can do is sit there and let the silence speak for you. Sometimes love sounds like not saying anything at all. There's this lie people tell you that time fixes things, that you get older and the feelings settle, that 17 years is enough distance to forget the sound of a name or the shape of a face. But Tsukida doesn't lie like that. It knows time don't fix a damn thing. It just stretches out what you never had the courage to face. That girl becomes a woman, and that boy becomes a man, and they still carry the same unfinished sentence between them. You can hear it in the way they speak, slow, careful, like they're scared the past might crack open and swallow them whole. I kept thinking about what it means to wait. Not in a romantic way, but in the way your body keeps remembering someone long after your brain tries to forget. Time don't move in a straight line in this film. It loops, it lingers, it lays beside you when you're alone and hums that same unfinished song. When Yosuke sees you again, it's not fate, it's not magic. It's just time giving them another shot to say what should have been said the first time. Sometimes I wonder if we need that much time not to heal, but to listen. To grow ears for the things we couldn't hear when we were young. And maybe that's what the film is saying. That time isn't distance. It's a slow, aching permission to come back to what hurt you and hold it gently this time. Nobody warns you how ugly it gets when life doesn't care about the rhythm you've been building. 1 minute, Yu's sister is walking to meet a boy who might make her smile again. And the next, she's on the pavement, stuck between breath and death. 1 minute, Yosuke is finally heading toward a moment he's been holding in for 17 years. And then a knife catches him in the gut, like the universe couldn't bear to see something quiet and tender make it all the way through. Tsukida don't dramatize it. It doesn't cue the violins or spin the camera. It just shows you how things fall apart. Sharp, fast, unearned. And that's what makes it hurt. The interruptions come like they do in real life. Without meaning, without justice, without warning. I kept thinking about all the times I tried to get somewhere I needed to be. Emotionally, spiritually, even just physically, and something or someone just cut across it. The movie knows that love doesn't exist in a clean vacuum. It lives in the mess, in the randomness, in the places where the song gets interrupted. It says something I hate admitting, that just because two people are finally ready doesn't mean the world will be. There's a kind of violence in that truth, a heartbreak that doesn't need to be loud to ruin you. When you finally says, "I love you," it don't land like a revelation. It lands like a sigh, like breath she's been holding in since that day by the floodgate. And when Yosuke says it back, it's quiet, raw, almost too soft to catch, but it's real. Real in the way only something that took 17 years of silence can be. The thing is, the movie was never building up to that moment. It wasn't chasing the words like a finish line. It was circling around them, watching how people live when they're too scared to speak. Watching how love still grows in all that silence. Crooked, slow, unspoken. I used to think saying "I love you" meant arriving, but Tsukida shows it more like coming to terms, like mourning all the time you didn't say it, and finally forgiving yourself for being too young, too scared, too late. And maybe that's enough. Maybe love doesn't need to be loud to be complete. Maybe it just needs to be said once, after everything, after the waiting, after the years. And even if it's barely above a whisper, it still counts.